Start implementing these things and do it consistently, you will notice very soon your memory will come back to you long term and short term. You'll have improved problem solving and creativity. You'll feel a lot happier and your mood will be more regulated and you'll literally become healthier. Your immune system and your metabolic health will become better. Good morning, everybody. My name is Gavin, and you're watching Successful Sunrise. Today, I'd like to talk about 8 science-based sleep hacks that actually work. If you're in college, chances are you pulled at least one all-nighter. It feels really productive until you wake up the next day and you feel like you can't even think. When it comes to being in college, I'm sure you have enough caffeine, motivation, study tools, but not enough sleep. Many people believe they can catch up on sleep really easily through naps or sleeping longer the next day. According to the CDC, adults aged 17 to 25 need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Yet most students average less than 6 hours of sleep a night. Sleep is one of the most important things because it strengthens your short and long-term memory. It improves your problem solving and creativity. It regulates your mood and motivation. And finally, it supports the immune system and metabolic health. Without optimized sleep schedule, each day will feel low energy and like a drag. Luckily, I have 8 science-backed sleep tips for students. Most importantly, all 8 of these tips are free, effective, and grounded in neuroscience. Number 1, the most important thing you can do to optimize your sleep, especially as a student, is to have a consistent bedtime. Your body runs on a circadian rhythm, which is essentially a 24-hour clock. Going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time and viewing morning sunlight sets your circadian rhythm and makes it easier to go to bed every night. If you aim to go to bed in a 30-minute window every single night, you'll be able to fall asleep a lot easier and wake up even more focused and energetic. The second thing you can do to optimize your sleep schedule is cut that caffeine. Don't drink any caffeine later in the day. Caffeine can actually stay in your system for up to 8 hours. If you have any caffeine in your body, it'll be extremely difficult to fall asleep. Caffeine is a potent psychostimulant and it primarily functions as an adenosine receptor antagonist. Throughout the day, your neurons burn ATP and release adenosine as a metabolic byproduct. As adenosine binds to specific receptors in your brain, they inhibit the release of excitatory neurotransmitters such as dopamine and glutamine. Caffeine is structurally similar to adenosine, and because of this structural similarity, caffeine can bind to the same receptors without activating them. But because it takes time to metabolize, even after the caffeine buzz fades, it can take 10 to 12 hours or even longer for the majority of the caffeine to leave your system. Even if you feel sober, the remaining caffeine in your blood can disrupt your sleep architecture. The third thing that you can do to help improve your sleep quality is something that has been very beneficial for me, and that is doing a brain dump before bed. Racing thoughts when you're trying to go to sleep can be a student's worst nightmare. Before you go to bed, grab a journal and brain dump. That could be everything on your mind, your tasks, your worries, or even reminders. What I do before I go to bed is write down everything I did that day and keep it as a journal. Research shows that journaling can ease pre-sleep anxiety and reduce insomnia. The fourth thing that you can do to improve your sleep quality is what's called the 3-2-1 rule. 3 hours before you go to bed, don't have any food. Heavy meals before bed means that when you try to go to sleep, your body will be working to digest the food that you've eaten. Instead of your body working to repair the cells, it's focused on digesting food. 2 hours before you go to bed, no intense studying or work. It's important to have at least 2 hours to wind down before you try to go to bed. A good thing you can do instead of working really late at night is go on a walk or read a book. And then 1 hour before bed, no intense light or screens. If you have to be on a screen, use a blue light filter. The fifth thing you can do to help your sleep quality is keep your room very dark and cold. The ideal sleep temperature is 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Cooler environments cue your body to rest. The science behind cooling your room before bed is rooted in circadian thermoregulation. Your circadian rhythm doesn't just manage when you feel tired or when you feel awake. It also orchestrates a precise nightly drop in your core body temperature to facilitate sleep. To initiate sleep, your body must drop its core temperature at least 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit. It essentially creates a thermal gradient between your skin and the room where the heat from your body can dissipate a lot easier into the surrounding environment. If you can't get your room that cold, one thing you can do is have heat exposure approximately 60 to 90 minutes before bed. This could be a warm bath, a sauna, going into the hot tub, or even just your shower. When you step out of the warm environment, the rapid dissipation of the heat can actually cause a more dramatic and rapid drop in core body temperature. Additionally, it's incredibly important to keep your room extremely dark when you're sleeping. This is because even low levels of light, such as a street phone notification, can be detected through closed eyelids. The sixth thing you can do is specialized breathing techniques. Before you go to bed, it's important for your autonomic nervous system to be in a parasympathetic state rather than a sympathetic state. That essentially means it should be in a resting state over a fight and flight state. Breathing techniques can really help relax your physiology and make it easier for you to fall asleep. Breathing techniques can also help you downregulate your cortisol, which is essential for falling asleep at night. If you have stress-induced sleep latency or it's hard for you to fall asleep because you're stressed, that's usually a result of elevated cortisol. And breathing techniques can act as a switch for you to turn the cortisol off. One technique I like to use is the 4-7-8 technique. That's where you inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and then exhale for 8 seconds. Another amazing breathing technique you can do is box breathing, where you inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and then hold for 4 more seconds. If you do these, it'll help you slow your heart rate and reduce your cortisol. The seventh thing you can do to help your sleep quality is avoid being on your phone, even like an hour before bed. Scrolling on TikTok for just 5 minutes or checking those last-minute emails can actually cause a lot more damage than you think. If you really need to be on your phone right before bed, you can turn your phone on all red mode or black and white, and always keep the brightness really low. The eighth and final thing I'll say is morning sunlight equals nighttime sleep. I made a whole video about this, so go check it out. But essentially, if you spend even 15 to 20 minutes in the morning viewing morning sunlight, it resets your circadian rhythm, which helps you fall asleep a lot faster at night. So we talked about those 8 things. Number 1, set a consistent bedtime. Number 2, cut caffeine at least 1 p.m. or around that time. Number 3, do a little bit of journaling before bed. A brain dump can always help you lower your stress level. Number 4, doing the 3-2-1 wind down practice, where you don't eat for 3 hours before you go to bed. No intense studying 2 hours before bed, and no screens 1 hour before bed. Number 5, keep your room dark and keep it cold. Number 6, try some breathing techniques. Number 7, avoid being on your phone. Number 8, morning sunlight equals nighttime sleep. These are just 8 of the things you can do to really help your sleep. If you can do a couple of these things and at least try not to do some of the very specific things like being on your phone or having caffeine, just implementing some small things like doing a brain dump or doing some breathing techniques can really help your sleep quality. Once you start implementing these things and do it consistently, you will notice very soon your memory will come back to you long term and short term. You'll have improved problem solving and creativity. You'll feel a lot happier and your mood will be more regulated, and you'll literally become healthier. Your immune system and your metabolic health will become better. Some other really important things to harp on is that drinking before bed, drinking alcohol can really affect your sleep quality. So if you're going to drink a lot of alcohol, only do it sometimes. And honestly, that's probably the worst thing you can do for yourself in terms of sleep and health. So if you really want to drink alcohol, the best thing you can do is start day drinking, because when you day drink and stop drinking at around 2 to 3 p.m., it's not going to impact your sleep quality as much. And really focusing on your sleep quality and sleep length and your circadian rhythm can have a plethora of amazing health benefits. And not just health benefits, but productivity benefits, focus benefits, everything benefits. I'm not suggesting anybody day drink. I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. All I'm saying is that if you want to maximize your sleep quality, day drinking is better than night drinking. Here's my challenge to you for the next week. Number 1, don't consume any caffeine after around 2 to 3 p.m., ideally 1 p.m. Number 2, right before you go to bed, do a brain dump, do some journaling, start writing about your day. Don't write anything too serious, just keep it simple. Summarize your day. Number 3, set your phone down, put it on do not disturb, put it across the room so that you don't have to worry about any notifications. Number 4, dim the lights at least 2 hours before you go to bed. The light dimming will really increase your natural melatonin production and keep you feeling nice and tired. Number 5, keep your room as cold as possible. If it's hard to do that, you can always have a little bit of warm exposure before bed. Number 6, Try to sleep at the same time every single night. I will say that that is probably the best thing you can do. If you set your circadian rhythm, you're going to be set for life. Number 7, get morning sunlight every single morning as soon as you wake up. And number 8, if you're going to drink in the morning time, to be honest with you. If you want to maximize your sleep quality and you really want to do that, if you're drinking at night, it's going to just mess up your whole sleep schedule. So if you really want to drink, start day drinking, you're going to have a lot better sleep. But anyways, that's all I have for you. My goal is to give you some actionable, simple, easy, and free tips and strategies that you can actually do to see a real benefit and impact. Drop a like and follow for more. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave a comment and I'll answer every single one of them. But thanks for watching. My name is Gavin, and I'll see you in the next video.